Hi, I'm Randy from Truck Bed Treasures. For 40 years, Cheryl and I have been digging through basements, attics, porterhouses, barns, anywhere where we could find and unearth treasures and put them back in the hands of the people that really appreciate what they are. So, if you're watching this video, please watch it to the end and subscribe. We go on a lot of adventures and misadventures, and we're inviting you to come with us on every one. Thanks. Enjoy the video. Hi, Randy from Truck Bed Treasures. As you can see, it's been a busy morning, and I actually went to two places. Got a lot of glassware, a lot of neat items. Second place I went to had these items, and I'll get to those once I do these. I think I'm going to have to divide this up into two videos because there's just a lot here. So this was actually all stored in a china cabinet, and the person that wanted to get rid of it had no interest in keeping it, even though it was family items. So I'm going to start out with that piece right there. And I know there's a picture to that somewhere, but there's a little Asian person, and I know I have a match to that too somewhere in here. When I was boxing this up, he had get going. He had very limited time, so I had to move very quickly. So if I get this out of there without breaking anything, here is, a pretty cool shot glass. It looks like it's 50s with somebody skiing, water skiing, and a palm tree on it. And there's a little skunk. Obviously some salt and pepper shakers here with the cork bottom. Japan, obviously, since most of them came out of Japan. Oh, these are fun. Just little trays. Have a happy day, and today is the first day of the rest of your life. A cool little thermometer. And a Timex thermometer. So you got a little bit of advertising going on there. I love the small trinket boxes like this because you never know what you're going to find in them. Just a lot of interesting pieces like this. A little kitty sitting in the trunk of a tree. Yeah, so I did score that, and I'll put the skunk next to it. This was just a picture holder that he actually had a picture in of himself when he was young, so I took that out. I had a picture like this that slanted. It was clear glass in an earlier video, so these are quite popular. I don't know if it must be a duck, right? It's got to be. Made in Japan again. It's weird because it just has one ear, and there is crazing on it. I think it's a creamer. I think the cream would come out its mouth, which makes it kind of interesting if you're drinking coffee or tea. I know these are really popular. I don't remember what they're made of, and somebody put some padding on the bottom of it to protect furniture, but it's some type of possibly crushed shell. It's a nice little ashtray, or you can use it for a ring dish. I'm working in a really tight area here. I have a box to my left and a box to my right, so I'm trying to get things situated a little bit. There's a little dog. A lot of little creatures. This actually looks like a Monopoly piece, and these older Monopoly pieces are really valuable. I'm not sure if it's Monopoly or not, but these look like somebody made them into ducks. More little ceramic dogs and cats and rabbits. So just kind of fun stuff to go through. This could be an old shaving mug. I doubt it, but it could be. I don't know what else it would be. I don't know what that says. Oh, it says Dad, maybe. I don't know. If anybody can decipher that for me, let me know. The inside's got staining on, so it's definitely old. This is made, oh, it was made by Gimbals, or sold by Gimbals. Made in Italy. So it's a shoehorn. That's probably Bakelite. And then the top is looks like it would be a standard poodle. I would think that the wood is bamboo. But kind of a fun little piece. And what else we got going here? We have an old safety deposit box that they made into a bank. And he told me the combination was on the bottom, which it is. These are kind of popular. They're taking the old safety deposit boxes and repurposing them. A little pitcher. And I'm assuming, and I have a dog, kind of a perfume bottle dog, and a wooden platter, a hand mixer, these were like a staple of all the houses back in the 50s and 60s. You know, they would have been for grinding up nutmeg, or they were in every kind of kitchen you can imagine. And this one still has the top and it's all intact, which makes it pretty cool. Looks like an address book or a notepad. That's kind of a fun piece. Some Hawaii salt and pepper shakers. I bet you they're probably from the 60s or maybe earlier. You know, they have the brass tops, which is really rare. Whistle for milk. So the bird is a whistle. And inside, shaving brushes and a couple razors. So it's kind of a souvenir piece. It's not kind of a souvenir piece, it actually is a souvenir piece. It's another one of those cups. And inside is an old, boy, it's Smothers Brothers yo-yo, which makes it kind of a collectible piece. Kind of like that. I've never seen one. Some multicolored marked glass. Can be used for a vase possibly. As well as this one, which is also marked. And another vase. Oh, that's marked USA glass. So this has got some repairs on it, broken at one time, so it has no value at all, but it would have been used on a desk to hold letters, putting them in the slots. It's unfortunate that it was broken because it's going to have to be thrown away. A little plate, which probably goes to this pitcher. You know, a standard milk bottle with no advertising on it. This is a pretty cool piece, but it's cracked. It's damaged, which is unfortunate. It's got a big chip here. Then there's some treasures inside that I'll have to check out before I dispose of it. But it's a really nice piece. It's just too bad that it was broken. Too bad, too bad. A jar of marbles. Not sure if they're old or not. I'll have to check into that. Now, I remember packaging this piece. It's Disneyland. It's got a barcode, so it's not old. But it's kind of a cool piece. Mickey in a football uniform. So it's kind of interesting. I've never seen one like it before. Now I can get rid of that box and free myself up some room. Since I'm doing it, I might as well show you this vase, which has a lot of crazing on it, but the crazing, the little checks from age are too perfect. And if you look at the bottom, I'm sure it's going to be China reproduction. China reproduction. But it's still a nice looking decorative piece. You have an old dial phone. I have so much stuff here, I just don't have room. An old dial telephone, which I'm sure still works. It looks like a lot of this is worn off on it. And getting to this second box. Looks like just a lot of weird stuff, but this is cool. I don't know if it's old. I don't think it is. It might be. I'll put it in with the little trinkets. Otherwise, the rest of this stuff kind of looks like just miscellaneous. There's probably some usable things in there. Okay, here's the match to that piece that I was talking about earlier. And that would be right there. Take this stirring spoon out and put it in with the trinkets. Or there's like paper and all of these things. This doesn't match up with anything. But there is a lid to it, which makes it a completed piece. Oh no. I remember packaging that up, but it had a head to it. That goes there. There's the head. So it's a decanter, is what it is. An old decanter. $1970. That's an interesting piece, no damage on it. Pottery piece. Two chirping birds. And I'm not sure. It kind of looks like there might be damage on that. A little Christmas item, which has nothing. My very special brother. Ooh, this is kind of cool. 1960s. 1960s troll. I know that's 60s for sure. I'm familiar with those. And let me see what else I have in here. Speaking of the 60s, nothing screams 60s like a peace sign. Some small trays. Well, a little cigarette package that they kept matches in. These trays would have went to a set, and I don't see the set anywhere. This is a beautiful hand-painted piece right here. I'm not sure which way it would go, but the colors on that are phenomenal. And turn it around. That's who made it. You can read it easier than I can. I'm looking through my camera. So it's a beautiful piece, kind of matted colors. This goes with this set. I'm assuming that They sit. No, they don't. They don't sell like that. That's a nice set right there. And no load in Wisconsin would be complete without ashtrays. 60s or 70s joking, right? Can put those. I was going to put that right with the cigarettes, but I won't do that. That looks like a pretty fun bowl right there. Some kind of a punch bowl. It can be used for a lot of things, but those lemons sure look good on a hot day, I can tell you that. And the last thing in this box is an old radio, General Electric. Not sure if it works. It's just dusty, otherwise it looks like it's in pretty good shape. The cord's intact, hanging off the side of my truck. So, that's kind of the first load. I'll shoot another video for part 2. But while I'm here, this stuff came from another house that I went to this morning, and the box is full of tools. I'll walk over there in a second. Those two things in the corner are from a 1935 Plymouth. They're the folding hood panels that you would see in the old movies where they go on the driver's side or passenger side and lift up on them. And a couple of small street signs, and some saws, a sledgehammer, and some wood clamps. And for the tools, just a mixture of a lot of stuff. There's some really cool, valuable items in there. This is one that I thought was awesome cool. It's an old beer bottle opener. So I'm going to put that back by the small things. There. So that's the video number 1 for today. And I'll shoot the second half in a couple of minutes as soon as I clear this up. Thanks for hanging out. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you.